this is the card I'll be showing you how to make. It's a really cute fun fold Valentine's card here, but it's highlighting this really cute owl here. It comes from the Adorable Owl stamp set, which is part of Stampin' Up's promotional celebration, which runs January 5th through February 28th, which is if you purchase $50 of product, you'll receive the Adorable Owl stamp set. So make sure you go grab your really cute stamp set because it's as supplies last, so I don't want you to miss out on anything. But to get started, I'm going to take a 4 1/4 by 11 inch sheet of real red cardstock here, and we are going to score it at 4 inches and then at 9.5 inches. And we'll put our Simply Score up here, and you can go ahead and fold your cardstock and just make sure it lines up nicely here. I would recommend using a bone folder just because you want those creases to lay nice and flat so your card does not flop open easily. So we're going to set this aside. As you can see, the opening fits flush here, so we're going to add a little decorative edge to come over and kind of cover up that gap there, that seam. So set your cardstock aside, and I'm going to grab this border die from the Desert Detail dies here, and you're just going to take a 1 inch by 4 1/4 sheet of cardstock and grab your die cutting platform. So you have your, let me turn it around, number 1, number 2, and then your plexiglass number 3. Lay your cardstock there and your die and put that down, and then grab another plexiglass to place on top, and you'll run that through the die cutting machine. And when you get done, you should end up with this really fun embossed / decorative edge here. So pull back in your piece of cardstock, and what I like to do on this shorter top side, you'll just take a little bit of Tombow and run it just a smidge right across. Does not take much at all. And then I'm just going to kind of lay it flat and lay this right on top. And you can kind of flip it over and make sure you're straight and even on the back side too. And you're happy with where it's sitting. So there you have it. I know it's a little challenging to pick up in the camera, but that's what it should look like. And then I grabbed some of this burlap ribbon. It's the Real Red and Burlap Ribbon Combo Pack from the new mini catalog, which is really cool. So I just took that, and we're going to kind of cover up our little seam here that we're adding our little border to. So just tie a knot. Okay, so here we have it, our little border here. If I put some white cardstock, it'll pop and you'll be able to see the fun decorative edge there. And then I added my ribbon here. So that's that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a scrap piece of paper and open up your flap so you have the front flap here. And we're going to take some Real Red ink, and I grabbed the little outline heart from the Country Bouquet stamp set here. And I just wanted to add a little extra fun flair to here. So I just randomly stamped a bunch of hearts all kind of throughout this bottom portion of my card. So once you get done with that, you can grab a piece of the DSP, the Country Bouquet Lane 12 by 12 DSP. And this one is 2 by 4 1/4. And also, let me tell you, there's some really pretty stuff in this pack, so make sure you grab one of those too. I've definitely had fun looking at that and playing around with the DSP. So grab yours quick, but we just glued that right in the center on the front here. So our card is slowly coming together. So let's set this aside here, and we're going to work on our owl next. So grab some Whisper White scrap piece of paper here, cardstock, and I'm just using some Memento ink along with this owl here. I'm going to show you how to chop off the birthday hat and make it into a little Valentine's owl. So I just inked that up really quick, and I grabbed some blends. So I have the light and dark crumb cake blends here. I have the light petal pink and the light pumpkin pie and the light balmy blue. So I'm just going to do it quickly, and then I'll kind of show you the finished product. So take your light crumb cake, and we're going to go all around the inner owl here, I guess the center of his face, and then also you can color in the center of his tummy area here. So you'll color in all of this and all the way around his eyes, and then you'll come in with the dark crumb cake, and this is what you'll color in the rest of the owl's body. So we'll just continue to do that, and then also up here at the top of the owl, and then the first part of his ear right here, and the second part we're going to color in petal pink. So the outer second parts of his ear on both sides you'll color in petal pink. The center of his eyes you'll color in with the light balmy blue. And then I took the light pumpkin pie and did his feet and also his little beak there. So when you get done, your little owl should look something like this. He's super, super cute. Now, grab your paper snips, and we are going to just go ahead and cut out the owl. And when you get to the hat, you're just going to cut the hat off, and actually his hairline kind of goes with the stripes of the hat, so you can actually cover it up pretty good, and no one will ever know that there was a birthday hat on him. So after you finish that, this is what your little owl will look like. So I grabbed some more scrap Whisper White in my Real Red ink again here. And I grabbed the solid hearts from the Country Bouquet stamp set here and inked up and stamped those on there. And then I just used my paper snips and cut them out so that I would have two little hearts here. I kind of preferred the little tiny hearts just because I feel like they fit better on the owl. So just take some of your mini dimensionals, and I'm going to place one of the hearts, and then I just covered up half of the dimensional there. And then for my second little heart here, I'm going to place it overlapping the larger heart, but then it'll cover the rest of the dimensional there. So that's kind of an easy way to attach those. And then I just took my Wink of Stella and kind of went over the hearts to give them a little extra sparkle, like so. And then I, last but not least, thought the owl needed something to sit on to make it pop. So I grabbed a 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 piece of petaled pink cardstock, and I'm going to add a pennant. So take your paper snips and cut up, I would say about a 1/2 inch from the bottom in the center, and then you can go from the edge to connect where you cut up the center, and that way that will help keep your pennant straight and even. So sometimes you have to go back in there and just give it a little snip, and there you have a really nice even pennant. So I grabbed the Time Worn Type DSP, and I'm going to pop that right in there and get it all lined up. Grab your number 1 base for your die cutting machine, and then lay your 3D embossing folder on there, and then the number 4 gray plate, and you'll run that through your die cutting machine. And when you get done, it adds this nice little texture to the cardstock. So grab your card base here, and we're going to glue this pennant on. So just add a little bit of Tombow, and then I would say probably about a 1/2 inch from the left hand side, and then you'll line it up flush with this top flap here, like so. And then grab a few dimensionals, and we'll pop our little owl up because he just needs to be the center of attention here. Super, super cute. Now, I thought this needed kind of a fun inside, so I grabbed a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then I took the Country Bouquet stamp set again, and I grabbed this leaf part of the heart stamp, and grab your scrap piece of paper again and your petal pink ink pad, and I just inked up and then stamped off because I wanted it to be a very light, faint kind of image of a heart, so it barely picks up on the camera here, but it's kind of really, really pretty in person. Grab your real red ink pad, and then I'm going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day, which is a really pretty greeting from the Country Bouquet stamp set. And we're just going to stamp that right on top of the really faint pink heart there. And then grab you some glue and just add that to the back of your inside. And we're going to open up and attach here. So there we have it, a really super cute, fun little Valentine's. Anyways, don't forget, grab your celebration stamp set before they're gone, and happy stamping. Thanks for watching.